Hi, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to today's Daily Divine, the Tuesday Thrive here, riding the waves of what this day may bring. um, so, for those who don't know, my name is lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. And a very warm welcome to all of you, those who are new and those who have been hanging out with me for a while. Thank you so much for showing up. If you resonate with anything that's shared on this channel, please do. If you haven't already considered subscribing to the channel, we're trying to break that 1,000 barrier here on YouTube. We're like 239 subscriptions away, so please help if you can. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all the other support, the likes, the comments, the shares, the buying me a coffee, all of that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, here to support our greatest and highest manifestation in this lifetime via the pathway of healing and a calm central nervous system. 1111 111. Make a wish. So how's everyone doing? Did you check out your angel messages yesterday that that premiered I think it was in the morning at 10:10? If you haven't had an opportunity to check them out, there is a new interactive messages from your angels. Tomorrow on Whimsical Wednesday, there will be another premiere video, love and support for the child within. Check that out, 10:10 a.m. And then we will be back here Thursday morning live as well. So it is April the 29th. And the energy is gaining momentum. And we are in the waxing moon phase. Well, actually, we're still, I'm not sure if we can see the moon in the sky yet. I don't believe we can. We've just had our new moon in Taurus, 222 there across the board. So I'm really being guided to say that you're beginning to see more and more synchronistic messages and signs that you're receiving. It's like spirit is really trying hard to get our attention and to get us to pay attention to the support we have here on this planetary realm. Unfortunately, it's so divided, so confused, that so many really just don't have a clue what is going on. And I say that with all due respect. I mean, I'm not here to diminish anyone at all. That would be completely counterintuitive to the point of this channel. Yet there is a lot of external, divisive energy that wants to keep you and I and us and everyone bickering and nattering and squabbling with one another. And it's really not the solution, SOUL, solution. We are the solution. And so if we're not happy, if we're tired of being oppressed, if we're tired of just eking out an existence here on this planetary realm, then this ought to be the motivation for us to rise up and take a stand. We're talking about a revolution. And revolution, it's at this point in time, it's necessary in order for the revival of the human race, in fact. And instead, it seems that so many humans have placed their power in the hands of, organizations, institutions, and in particular, governments. It's a sad day here for me personally in Canada. I'm very concerned about one's ability to thrive and grow in this country. Yet, I'm so grateful to receive this message. We're very close to achieving our goal. And so I think that's the big message here is like, keep going. This feels like balanced masculine and feminine, gaining momentum. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing through or flowing through. We're not going to allow ourselves to engage much in the external because it's the inner work that we're here to do. It's the inner journey that's going to support our ability to break through and free the external restrictions. And I believe it was in the angel messages, or perhaps, I don't know. Anyways, recently the message has come through about our unlimited potential once we come to the realization and understanding of who we actually are, which we are all co-creators with the divine. We are the divine humans alive at this time, human, Hueman. We are the divine humans alive at this time who were born to thrive. And so are you thriving? Or are you merely surviving? And the reality is, I'll answer the question for most. I'll take the liberty, is that most are barely surviving. And it seems, it appears, perhaps this is not an accurate assessment, it appears that we are doing worse. So I'll be 55 this year. And, at one point in time, there was a big thing, and it was probably North American wide, Freedom 55 from London Life, right? If you worked hard in those early years, you did things like that adults do, right? Buy a house, you have a job, you work hard, you save, you put money away for the future. And then perhaps at one time, it was true. At one time, you could retire at 55 and live your best life, live the second half of your life in the ways that you wanted to. And now it's like freedom never. Freedom never. I had an interesting conversation with the gentleman that lives above us here, and I currently pay $2,100 a month rent. And the gentleman who's above me has lived here for 6 years in the same unit, the exact same unit, and he pays $1,400 a month. So I want anybody, to explain how what is happening worldwide, not just in Canada, worldwide, how you and I are meant to keep up with the cost of living. When more and more money is coming out of our pocket, it's actually stolen off of the top from us when we go to work, when we go to the job, right? And so how are we supposed to keep up with the inflation? And as a mom of a young man beginning his, working career, the chances of home ownership and the chances of really thriving for my child and many children his age, it's almost like it's a pipe dream. It's like poof, up in smoke. Sorry, no house for you. No freedom for you. Sorry, I'm a little bit saddened today by the selection that took place here in Canada yesterday. It seems very, anyways, I'm not going to get into that. So here we got the nourishment card. So how can we, on a day like today, where we may be feeling slightly discouraged, a little down, how do we support ourselves? How do we pull ourselves up? Well, we nourish ourselves. We show up for ourselves in ways that nobody else can. Even if we're in partnership with another, there is no one who can do for us what we can do for ourselves. right? And it's really important. And this is going to support us in having healthy and balanced relationships with other people as well, when we understand that we are the only person responsible for showing up for ourselves and doing what we must in order to care for ourselves. I love that we got the 3 and the 7 here, which comes to a 10. I actually screenshotted the phone at 10:10 a.m. just before I started. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is things turning in our favor. And it may seem, this message, although it may, you know, seem a little disheartened, I really encourage everyone to stay the course of your heart. Continue to focus on the inner work. Continue to pay attention to the synchronicities and the signs of support that you are receiving from your angels, guides, God, spirit, loved ones in spirit, all of that. Continue to focus on that and the beautiful purity of your heart. Here is another 3 energy. We are the ones here to consciously co-create with Source through our physical body. So we must care for our physical body. Without our health, we have nothing. So ultimately, the ultimate wealth in this lifetime is good health, mind, body, and spirit. Trust the purity of your heart. I just heard close your eyes to see. And this is really feeling like this is an opportunity, 1111, soulmate energy, as well as 1111 always speaks to us being the gateway. We are the gateway through which all co-creation flows, good, bad, or otherwise, right? So what is it that we are feeding? What is it that we are giving our time and attention to? And I would encourage all who are viewing this message to pay attention to what brings you joy, to pay attention to what brings you ease, ease and peace in your experience, peace of mind, ease and peace in your body, right? Joy. What brings you joy? What is the path of joy? The path of fulfillment. Do those things. Because honestly, yes. Because honestly, anything external. Hey, sis. Good morning, Kiva. Welcome. Thanks so much for showing up. I love you. You know, we are the key to all things. And then this is what comes out, self-love. Yeah, and remember 6. What's our message with 6? We are the ones here to flip the script. 6 is also the house of Virgo, and any of you who know a Virgo or are a Virgo, you know it's about, you know, the home space, our physical body. The 6th house is Virgo. The Hermit is the archetype of Virgo. This is just feeling like 6th house energy. How is your health? How are you caring for yourself? Are you showing up for yourself? Are you listening to your intuition, your inner knowing, and acting accordingly? Because your actions are reflections of self-love or lack thereof, right? We are all so worthy and deserving of love. Look at this. This feels like this imagery now with the veil off of the eyes. Now we see ourselves as we truly are. Beautiful emanations of creation. Beautiful extensions of source. So don't allow whatever's going on energetically today. Again, here in Canada, it's still a very divisive energy, and there's a lot of sadness in the air. I feel incredibly sad. I feel incredibly sad that, you know, on so many levels, because, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting, oh, awesome, expecting a different result, right? So, of course, my guy had to come out and give me a little hug here. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I get mixed. It's going to grow back. I love the cut. It's going to grow in very, very beautifully, actually. I know it. Thank you, Kiva. I have a lot of people going, "What happened to your hair? You look like a tomboy." Yeah, so, and your point is, so thank you very much for the compliment, Kiva. Yeah. Oh, do you? I would love to see it. Send me a picture of you. Email me. Check, or if you're on Facebook, connect with me on Facebook or Instagram. Um, okay, yay. Um, yeah, I love short hair too. It's really funny because again, like generally, like the ideas, women with long hair, this is what men finds attractive. Who cares what men find attractive? I feel most empowered and I feel most you know uh most me with short hair. I love it. So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that comment. I've got lots of lovely comments from women. It's the men who tend to be calling me the tomboy and stuff. And I'm like the cutest tomboy you've ever known. Hey, brother Milos, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are things in Serbia? Let us know. I'm so happy to be back. Well, be here at 10 a.m. and get some of the morning crew. Unfortunately, we don't have Miss Mo, also known as Dawn, because she's now got a job that she's not with us during this time. But we love you, Mo, if you're watching the replay. Um, yeah, here too, Milos. We just had an election or selection yesterday and it didn't work out in the average Canadian's favor. So we'll see what's going to happen. I suspect they'll be tightening the noose around us here soon. We may, anyways, I'm not going to project what's going to come. We'll see it play out. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Um, the power outages. Yeah, it's all like lockstep, right? Everybody, no one wants to pay attention, and nobody, because we're here in Canada, people don't think what's going on in Serbia or Spain or Portugal affects them. They're only concerned about the Ukraine, the biggest money laundering operation ever. This is what people are worried about, and they're worried about. They're not connecting dots. They're not connecting dots. So, the dots are so easily connectable at this point in time. They're almost touching. That might sound a little conspiratorial, and I'm sure there will be some, that, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what? Ultimately, we're at this point where let us not get pulled into the fray. Let us not get caught up in the bullshit that's going on each and every day. It's a new bucket of bullshit, right? And let's focus on the self-love, focus on caring for ourselves, riding these waves, and preparation for all these things that are coming. I'm sure there'll be, well, this blackout stuff will roll across the planet, and we'll see more and more of that. Yesterday here in Ontario, Canada. So I'm about a half an hour east of Toronto. I would never want to go to Toronto these days. It's just like unrecognizable. And I used to live in Toronto, like city center, and you couldn't pay me to do it now. So yesterday, the skies were littered. There were lines in the sky. I took lots of video and pictures. I mean, I've been doing this for a couple decades now with the sky, and it's just extreme. Humanity, remember, we are in a spiritual battle. The Third World War is of a spiritual nature. It's for our consciousness, and many have had their consciousness imprisoned, and now it's like just being siphoned and seeded with whatever, whatever they're seeding on any particular day. Yesterday I was reminded with the lines in the sky, and we feel the effects of this. If it's happening in your country, and yeah, and it's happening worldwide, you can see it. when it's happening, I want us to use our power to call on Source, to call on Archangel Michael, and transmute the negative impacts of the stuff that they're spraying on us, like we're vermin, and to imagine and call on Archangel Michael so we can transform this with our thoughts, in the moment, with our power, to drops of consciousness raining down upon this planet. Let us do that. Oh, wow. Yeah, we've had some really strange weather. I mean, it's still quite cold here. And the thing is, though, it will have very overcast days. Like, we'll have a very overcast day. It's quite overcast now, but there will likely be at some point in time today that white sun will come out and singe us like a microwave. It goes from extremely cold. I don't have my phone in here, so I can't see what they're saying the temperature is today. It goes from extremely cold to the white sun, which was golden when I was young. The white sun comes out, and it's like literally like a microwave. It's so hot. It goes from 9 degrees to 25 in like 30 seconds. What is happening? Yeah, compromised, right? There's again, we're here to ascend and to manifest our greatest and highest good in this lifetime. And what we're up against, I mean, I don't even know where it says, but I do know, like, in scripture and stuff. And again, I don't put 100% faith in that at all, because it's been rewritten so many times and who wrote it? Who was it written by? And the water, when it rains, it doesn't even absorb. The ground is unable to absorb the water, right? And I suspect that's because there's a heavy coating of heavy metals and stuff sitting on top of the soil. So this is why we're seeing like droughts and everything. The water cannot penetrate through the heavy metal to get to the earth. It's gross. And honestly, we are up. We are the children of light, the children of God, the ones who have come here to thrive, not merely survive. And we are up in this spiritual battle against, what do they say, principalities of evil and darkness. And a lot of people don't want to talk about evil, but if we mirror image that word, it's evil or live. So really, to combat evil, it's like we're here to live our best life and to extricate ourselves more and more from a system that wants to have us more and more dependent on governments. Like, they flipped the system on us, like was shared the other day, I believe, in the Saturday Night Live. The system that was created by the people to serve the people has now flipped, and it's a system that the people now are working for the government. What in the actual F? Come on, flock, it's time to wake the flock up. We are the flock that's here to wake up. And again, it's like we're not here to, I don't know about you, I'm tired of the divisive energy externally, and that's why my circle is very small. That's why I practice self-care in all moments, and especially in those moments that are mine and in the home space, to do what I need to do so I can go out there and shine and thrive without being concerned what others are thinking, with what others are doing. And if I could say anything about this time, that is it. Less hive mind and more soul speak. So we're here for our soul, in service to our eternal soul that is present now in our temporary human experience. We got the eye of the eagle, and it's a number 18, which is that the moon? 18 is the moon, the shadow. We're seeing it. We see the one-eyed club or the black-eyed club, those ones who think they rule us. I don't know what they are. hybrid humans, demonic entities, reptilians. Who knows? But they certainly, I don't vibe with them. I don't resonate with that energy. And I suspect many of you don't either. But the eye of the eagle, this is like in the world of the birds, the eagle is the ultimate, right? And the eagle is the one who flies into the storm. The eagle doesn't fly away from the storm and go and hide and roost somewhere. The eagle flies through the storm, through the eye of the storm, and comes out the other side. The feathers may be ruffled a bit. That eagle that entered the storm is not the same eagle that comes out the other side. Eagle is also said to communicate direct to creator, direct to source. So, this really feels like we are being told via this message that rising above the fray. Didn't I say that? We don't want to get caught in the fray. We're here to rise above the fray, and we're here to restore sanity in our very own way. We're here to restore divinity through our own experience. We're not here to fight other humans. Everyone's going through it. And eventually people learn, and the lessons, and especially the hard lessons, are often learned in the rear view, like hindsight. What's that saying? Hindsight's 2020. And so, unfortunately, the rest of us have to go along for the ride, which is why it's so important that we nourish ourselves, we love ourselves, we trust the purity of our heart, and we stay the course our heart has chosen, because we're very close to achieving our goal as the energy gains momentum. This also, when we reduce, we were already talking about the Virgo, and here we come again, 9. We're in a universal 9 year. This year is a year of wrapping cycles up, completing things, and hopefully it's the completing of the BS. And hopefully it is the beginning of peaceful revolutions. Stop supporting governments that don't support you. Like, I don't feel like any of us need to pay tax. Yeah, flushing the shit down the toilet. Tax is such a corrupt system. And quite honestly, I have no interest in paying any tax to a government that's going to fund wars in other parts of the world, that is going to send all my money out of this country while I'm scraping by to survive. I'm not interested in taxpayer funded immigration at all. I'm not. I'm sorry. Call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I'm not interested in any of that. So this is where the revolution has to begin. And people say, oh, Lisa, well, you can't. That's called tax evasion. Well, the guy that they selected to be our prime minister doesn't pay tax in Canada. He moved his companies out of Canada to tax haven countries because the taxation here in this country is extreme. No money left for you. You work, no money for you. You can't buy a house. You're going to be working until you're 75 or 80 so you can keep a roof over your head. I will not support it. I don't support it. I do not consent. So this is saying, like, we've got the vision of the eagle, or to focus like the eagle and communicate direct with source. We don't need any middlemen for anything, and especially we don't need a middleman to tell us how to live our life or what's acceptable in our life or not acceptable. What I find acceptable is what's happened to this great country that was once, a beautiful place to live. I was once very proud to be a Canadian. I'm not so much anymore. I'm saddened. I'm proud to be a human here, having a temporary experience in service to my eternal soul. That's what I'm proud of. The next card out was the Stranger card, curiosity. So let us get curious. Yeah, I know. Milos, find us a place. What's the work situation like out there? I was saying to my son, my son's 21, and prospects for home ownership or any sort of really good life here is um, no longer accessible to us. And I mean, for me at 55, I mean, in order to keep a roof over my head, like, will I be working till 85? No, because I'm going to be a number one best-selling author. Yeah, totally broken and corrupt. And the rich get richer and they don't give a shit about the poor. It's basically like we had one of these guys, like a liberal supporter, and that was his message to Canada, to the next generations, right? And we're here in service to the seven before and the seven beyond. So most people are so self-centered, egocentric, they can't see beyond their bubble. They're not thinking about the future of their children, their grandchildren, and their great grandchildren, because currently their children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren will not have any of the opportunity that they had to make a good life. Yeah. And here in Canada, just 2 days ago on Sunday, I believe, we had an act of um, a terrorist attack, in Vancouver. Some guy in his vehicle plowed into a street festival, a Filipino street festival, and killed 11, was the last I heard, and dozens were injured and hospitalized. Milos, we may be coming to Serbia, brother. You'll have to set us up out there. I don't know. I said to my son, we have to think of and investigate some places to emigrate to. And maybe, I don't imagine if we go as refugees to another country, we'll get the hands out like they get here in Canada. But, you know, go Serbia. So I feel like this is asking us to get curious about life, get curious about our own potential, get curious about what we could achieve if we worked together, if we actually held the government's feet to the fire and held them accountable for promises they've made. For the last 10 years, the quality of life here in Canada has plummeted. Yeah. Yes. And we are the gate. We are the gateway of the life force. It's our curiosity, our imagination. And this is an 8, and this is about the self. 8 is the number of the self, the eternal soul, right? So, get curious about who you are and your potential in this lifetime, what you can achieve if you have faith in yourself, because this is really where we are. We are straddling the worlds, wandering between the realms. We've got the double 6 and the double 3. Well, we got the 2 3s. 2 3s turn to a 6. And so that will give us a double 6 here, our divine path of purpose. The double 7 is confirmation. And with this 7 card being the nourishment, it's how are you supporting yourself as you're straddling these worlds, the wobble. We are the ones here to bring the spiritual into the material realm, right? And we're doing that. Remember, we've been getting this message from the heron. I'm still trying to get used to this. I don't even know why I'm playing with my hair. Nervous. Triple 3s or 4 3s across the board. We are in the wobble time, right? And we're the ones here that are grounding down as we rise up. We're becoming more and more grounded in our daily experience, more and more grounded in our practices as we rise up and, begin to achieve and begin to bring forth the unlimited potential, the divine abundance that is our birthright each and every one of us. Trust your intuition. Listen to the voice within. You know, we can communicate with each other. We don't have to always agree with one another. And at this point in time, very few agree with each other, right? We don't have to. It's about understanding and compassion. We're not here to convince anyone of anything. We are here to live life on our terms in accordance with our connection to Source. There's no middleman between me and Source. There's no middleman or middle woman between you and Source, unless you put someone there. And so it feels like the message today is put yourself back in front and center position in your life. Show up for yourself via acts of self-love. Trust the purity of your heart. Realize that not everyone has your best interests at heart. Nourish and care for yourself, and don't give up, because the energy is gaining momentum. It feels like everything that's taking place now is going to, it's almost like a quickening for the personal awakening. So this is why it's so important for you and I and everyone else who is connecting with this, or maybe not even connecting with this, everyone who is truly grounded on the spiritual awakening path of awakening. This is why it's so important for us to stay the course of our heart, to stay grounded, because there's going to be lots out there in the wobble that wants to throw us off. And we got it. We got our footing. Our legs may be long and skinny, but we go deep, and we're deeply grounded and rooted. Let's get a message from the ancestors just to wrap this up. I'm using the Spirit of the Wheel Oracle, and let's just see what our ancestors would like to say to us today. A message of hope, encouragement, love. And they want me to take the bottom card as well, so I'm going to do that. This is beautiful. Frogs return moon, building dreams, determination, and cooperation. 20, the judgment energy. It's almost as if this is a time of judgment upon this planetary realm, and it is a loving creator who is passing the judgment. This is a message for us. It's so important that we begin to work together. And this is, highlighting we're very close to achieving our goal. Keep going. Frogs are incredibly sensitive. Okay. Frogs are really sensitive, and we've seen a decline in frogs over the years. Although I will say, I was walking the other day, and I'm pretty sure I heard multiple bullfrogs, which was nice to hear. But they're incredibly sensitive to their surroundings. And so I'm feeling that this is a message for us as well. It's like, really honor your sensitivities. And it goes back to that nourishment card, right? If something doesn't feel good in our experience, whether it's food, drink, clothing, people, whatever it may be, perhaps it's time to ease that energy out of your life, because frogs also represent purification and transformation as well, right? From the tadpole to the frog. So this is I love that we've gotten this card. And the 2 energy there, we've got the judgment energy as well as the high priestess energy, standing on our own 2 feet. And then we got this, more confirmation, the earth renewal 7, triple sevens. Okay, this greater responsibility, inner knowing, and teaching. My goodness gracious, we are amazing. And this is a time of renewal. This is a time of rising above the fray and purifying ourselves. I love that little frog at the front of the dream catcher there. Purifying ourselves, cleansing our environment, our home, our thoughts, our heart, cleansing it all so that we can go forward, walking with divine integrity and responsibility as we share the wisdom from our hearts, as we share the teachings that we came here to share. And teachers, we lead by example, right? Leading by example, showing up for ourselves. We've got the wolf here again, and it seems like we've gone back to like a little bit of the lone wolf energy here. And again, another covering of the eye, which is pretty interesting to me. Let me just pull that other card back here. I find it very, very interesting. So we're being asked to hone in and to see what was the message that came through? Close your eyes to see. And so it's about the inner vision that then begins to manifest externally because we are taking the loving action in the direction of our dreams and being responsible. And we're not being, and being part of being responsible is not engaging. They said, look at the bottom card, and I did. Bear, great protector, the great mystery, good fortune and grace, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, humans are so, it's like our growth has been retarded, delayed, because that's what retarded means, delayed development. And it's like our growth has been intentionally retarded, delayed, because these nefarious creatures want to control every aspect of life here on this planetary realm. And like you weren't put here by anyone other than a creator who loves us unconditionally. Bear, I love that we're going to wrap up with this bear card here, although I will show you the strength card underneath. But we are going to and the swan underneath, but we're going to wrap up with the bear because the bear is a really beautiful example of fierceness, safety, security, protection, strength, courage, resilience, as well as playful, right? Nurturing mama bear is a great nurturer to those cubs that she gives birth to while in hibernation, right? Yeah. Bear is the totem for Virgo as well. So, I feel like a big part of this message here is we can do it. And this is a polar bear here because it's white. So again, back to the purity of the heart. We are supported by many, many dimensions, and none more important than this earthly realm here that we call home. And again, we have another 6, right? Like that's 666, 777. This is a fortunate time. Don't be discouraged by what's taking place externally. Please don't. Focus on your inner well-being. Focus on that and trust. Let us have trust. Let us call our powers too when we see the nefarious activity happening in the sky. Let us call on Archangel Michael. Let us call on Saint Germain to transmute the nefarious stuff that is trying to bring us down. No one's going to bring us down unless we give them permission to do so. It's always an inside job. And good fortune is on the horizon. We are so close to achieving our goals. Earth is now our home, and it is our eternal soul that wants to guide us here while we call Earth home. Yeah. So what else? I think that's it for the messages. I don't want to just babble on, babble. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I feel like what came out was meant to come out today. I'm so glad to have Kiva and Milo's here. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to go walk my If they hear me say that, they may come running. I'm going to go walk my dogs and then head off to the job for the hump day. Ooh, oh, how we, what do y'all got planned for today? Don't forget, tomorrow, there will no live tomorrow. It's going to be an interactive Whimsical Wednesday. It's already been pre-recorded. It's going to premiere tomorrow morning at 10:10 a.m. So please do check that out. And don't forget to engage. Send your friends and family this way. This channel is slowly growing. I have faith, complete faith, that we are soon going to bust through the 1,000 subscriber mark. So if anything here resonated with you, please do consider giving a subscription to this channel. It greatly supports not just this channel, all channels' ability to thrive on this platform, which is predominantly now controlled by AI. So let us bring natural back to this life. We are flipping the unnatural on its head. So I thank you for all your thumbs up, your comments. Anything you need to know about me can be found in the description box below. Please do feel to reach out and connect with me wherever you are. And I am looking forward to being back here with you on Thirsty Thursday for coffee time / tea time live at 10:10 a.m. Until then, everyone, get out there and support your own thrive. Good luck at the vet. Milos, have a fantastic day, evening. I forget what the time distance difference is between us. Kiva, have a phenomenal day. Thank you too, and all the others as well who continually show up and continue to show me love and support. Okay, so 6 hours, so it's like 5 p.m. there in Serbia now, Milos, because it's just before 11 a.m. here. So I thank you all so much for showing up. I truly do love you. I hope you feel it, honestly. This is one of the best parts of my life, excluding my child, of course, and my animals. This is really, this gives me great satisfaction and great joy. So I thank you so much for showing up and listening to this middle-aged woman share her experience, strength, and hope with all of you. Until you're coming back tomorrow for the Whimsical Wednesday. They were great messages, actually. I may be there live watching them, like on the with you as well. And otherwise, I'll see you here Thursday morning, everyone. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, thank you.